Hello friends, Operator Starsky with a daily update from Ukraine. Today is day 534 of the Russia's invasion in Ukraine. The enemy attempted several unsuccessful attacks near Kupiansk and Bakhmut. The Russian terrorists also used attack aircraft to strike positions of the Ukrainian defenders in Liman. Despite all efforts, the Russian terrorists failed to achieve any results and lost almost 600 men dead in the failed attacks. Also, 12 Russian tanks were destroyed, as well as 15 armored vehicles, 17 artillery systems, and MLRS combined. Traditionally, because the military efforts of the Russian supremacists were highly unsuccessful, the Russian terror against the Ukrainian civilians continued. Thus, yesterday the terrorists hit several civilian targets in Zaporizhia. Unfortunately, civilian casualties were reported, including kids. It was also reported that the missile killed two talented street artists, Svetlana Semekina and Kristina Spitsina. Again, Russia's media came up with an excuse that the destroyed hotel was used as a military maintenance base, but the truth is it was often used by the international observers from the UN. Also, a summer camp for kids between 6 and 13 years old was located on the territory of this hotel. Luckily for the kids, they left at 6 p.m. shortly before the terror Russian strike. The UN already condemned the terrorist attack, which could harm the representatives of the UN and members of charity organizations who used the hotel to provide locals with humanitarian aid. Also today, several ballistic and cruise missiles were fired at Kyiv, Khmelnytsky, and Vinnytsia Oblast, including the magic Russian Kinjal missiles capable of flying at hypersonic speeds and suck balls at the same time. It is reported that all Kinjals fired at Kyiv were intercepted. The fallen debris slightly damaged several residential buildings, mostly in the Obolon district, and hospital. It was also reported that, judging from the trajectory of the Russian Kinjals, they could be fired at the iconic statue with the sword, where the old USSR symbol was recently changed to the official Ukrainian coat of arms. The Russian ruble, which only this winter was considered a quite strong currency, keeps falling down, penetrating bottom. The notorious Russian propagandist Solovyov, in his recent video, was unable to keep his emotions under control and went hysteric on air.
Не объясняет, какого хрена курс так скачет, что над нами вся заграница теперь смеется. Что самые слабые, одна из 3 самых слабых валют у нас рубль.
Of course, he blamed everybody except Putin because generally Russian supremacists have no balls. Huge fire yesterday was reported in Odintsovo, Moscow. The Russian propagandists, of course, lied that a beer factory went on fire, and of course we all believe that beer can burn like that. Additionally, Moscovian airport Vnukovo was paralyzed once again because of the unknown drones approaching Moscow that were spotted as soon as the Russian terrorists launched a missile attack on Ukraine. The terrorist federation loses, and there is no way they can win the war against the strongest economies of the world and unbreakable Ukrainian people. In 2022, the Russian supremacists were dreaming of taking Ukraine in 3 days. Today, the scared terrorists are installing the anti-air guns on the streets of their capital and form the territorial defense units, being completely unable to protect their own territory. The collapse of the fascist Russian world is inevitable, and the Russian fascists, together with their supporters, should be preparing for it. My name is Operator Starsky, reporting from Donbass, Ukraine. As always, be safe.
Столько ты спец, як би посували, всі дивилися.